Born in Charlotte, North Carolina on September 2nd, 1911, Romare Bearden grew up in a middle-class African-American family. His parents, Bessie and Howard, were both college-educated, and it was expected that their son would achieve success in life. About 1914, his family joined the Great Migration of Southern blacks to points north and west. In the early 20th century, Jim Crow laws in the southern states kept many blacks from voting and from equal access to jobs, education, healthcare, business, land, and more. Like many southern black families, the Beardens settled in the Harlem section of New York City. In the 1920s and 30s, Harlem was a rich and vibrant center of cultural and intellectual growth, and a focal point of African American culture. Bearden's mother was the New York editor of the Chicago Defender, a widely read African American weekly newspaper, and she became a prominent social and political figure in Harlem. Duke Ellington, Langston Hughes, and other well-known artists, writers, and musicians were frequent visitors to the Bearden family home. Such social and intellectual gatherings would become a mainstay in Bearden's life. Also, his encounters with these legendary talents fostered his lifelong interest in jazz and literature. As a young adult in the 1930s, Bearden was an accomplished baseball pitcher, playing for his college team in Boston and later in the Professional Negro League. At that time, professional baseball was segregated. The Major League was all white, and the best black baseball players played in the Negro League. Bearden was offered a position on the Philadelphia Athletics, a major league team, but the offer came with a catch. He would have to pretend that he was white, denying his African American heritage in public. Think about how it would feel to be put in a position like that. Would you be tempted to take an amazing job, even if it meant you had to deny an important part of your identity? Being brought up in Harlem during a renaissance of black art and culture, Romare Bearden had been surrounded by strong, successful, and proud African American role models all his life. In addition, he was educated, came from a stable middle-class family, and had other opportunities open to him. He refused the Major League's offer and chose instead to deeply explore and celebrate his heritage as he followed his passion for art. Romare Bearden is best known for his work in the medium of collage. He used a wide variety of materials in his collage work, including photographs, printed, textured, and painted papers, lithographs, fabric, and metallic foil. Bearden was interested in symbolic imagery. Trains appear in many of his collages, symbolizing the great migration of African Americans from the South to the North. Many thousands of black families and individuals made the journey north on trains. Jazz musicians often write songs about trains and mimic the sounds of trains with their instruments in order to evoke the same cultural memories. The music featured in this film sounds a bit like a busy train. Romare Bearden loved jazz music and the people who played it. You can easily see his enthusiasm for jazz in these collages. called New York his home, but for most of his youth he continued to visit relatives in North Carolina and Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. When he was older, he spent part of each year on the Caribbean island of St. Martin. These places and the stories of the people who lived in them inspired Romare Bearden's artistic endeavors throughout his career. Take a moment to think about past events and favorite places that inspire you. In art class, we will be focusing on the way Romare Bearden shows the dynamic relationship between a place and the people who live there. Each collage tells a story or conveys a specific mood. What place will you illustrate in your collage? And what will the people and animals be doing in that place? What will your collage communicate about you and what is important to you? Please be ready to share questions, comments, and ideas regarding this film in our next class.